Why like this? Yeah, that's what's happening.
Oh no. Hotel Refugia.
Oh, did he take part of them?
While barely dodging multiple attacks that would otherwise have been lethal, Shoot managed to take a single eye off of Yubi's shoulder. The physical damage was close to zero. But
Psychologically.
the strange sensation that the eye was taken, yet not destroyed, had a great effect on Yubi's psyche.
Yes.
No matter what, I can't let him get any closer to the king. Every second I can keep him away from the king counts.
Yubi and Shoot's goals happened to coincide. This unusual turn of events only served to greatly torment.
If I attack, I'd only be giving him proof that there's another enemy he needs to worry about. I can't do that. Not yet.
There's blood there.
Covered in blood, Shoot was taking the brunt of Yubi's ferocious attacks. Knuckle could only stand on the sidelines and watch. Staying still was his own battle, and no matter how much he told himself to tough it out,
Oh, man.
Hang in there. Please. What? Only 10 seconds have passed?
Gee, that's
No
it?
way!
That's
How
all?
much longer do I have to endure this? I can't take it anymore!
Choke him out. General screaming. Now we're on. There you go.
Melioron's first tap
He needs air.
brought Knuckles' rampage to a halt. However, Melioron wasn't trying to help Knuckle. He couldn't hold it any longer either.
Oh, he got clipped by it. Did you feel it? Dang it. It takes it down, too.
Yubi didn't notice himself scratching against anything.
Yeah, he didn't have
Nor
to.
did he notice APR's announcement of returned interest.
Fall back and be letting me the breath.
Nor did he hear Knuckles.
Did you hear that?
This is where we want to be. Far enough away to avoid capture, close enough to rush back. You'll notice APR for a second. That's nothing we need to worry about. Shoot's fighting hard. So if you want to catch your breath, now's the time.
When did you get my good back and visit me?
I didn't notice it before. It just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. What's this number? Is it a countdown? A bomb? Can't be. The number isn't changing. Damn it, what a pain!
So,
Despite
Fall
his
back.
overwhelming power, there was only one reason Yubi was unable to defeat Shoot. An obvious difference in talent.
Oh
bunch of little arms.
no! I can't get away.
Jump off your hand. Jump off your hand.
One meat skewer coming right up.
Carrying him away. Hit himself. You gotta get him out of the point of it.
He hit himself to propel backwards.
The feeling that he could win the battle at
He's not running with all his arms.
who wasn't at all a strategic type to begin with. This was indeed a fight that sooner or later he would certainly win.
Jeez.
If he had made any mistake up to this point, it was in not realizing that Shoot was aware of this and was violent.
This is him seeing his destiny you being an eagle.
Fight. Over to that. I can fly.
The smarts I can't endure. What happened? Really, Ron, you go over there and save. He had to distract. She's like falling right now.
That'll distract Yuppie. And if we're lucky, it might even be enough to save Shoot.
Oh, Knuckle. No, Knuckle.
After he'd taken a moment to calm down and regain his composure, Knuckle decided to show himself at last.
At last. Come on in. It's the best 2 minutes of my life.
Hey guys.
Pronouns. Like, it takes more. Knuckle can.
It's moral.
Yeah.
Should be a hell of a fight.
Hell of a fight! Oof.
And Go knows where pizza is. And
Aaron,
he's
I
heading
don't
that
like
way.
to see that you're balancing. I have my leg way up here. It's on your chair. I'm on one hand. Oh. I mean, maybe if Knuckle can distract and endure some, then if they make Shoot invisible, he can just let his hands just start flying and punching all over the place. And since he can't see where they're coming from, it's just be constant pop, pop, pop,
Well,
pop,
and he
pop.
can do the thing where he takes part of his eyes again too.
True, maybe that takes more of his eyes.
The problem with Knuckle is, like, if Knuckle endures,
If he gets hit,
the APR goes down.
yeah.
So I think that's like their in-game goal, how they're going to beat him. So eventually, no matter how much he has, he'll accrue enough interest that it'll take him down.
Eventually, but the thing with that is that he was saying that he had more than like Netero or whatever, you know? Like, he has a lot.
He has more than Moral, wasn't it?
Maybe that's what it was. He has more than he
doesn't do so much in the amount of time it takes to accrue interest.
Yeah, 10 seconds went by so fast. 10 seconds as he punched him on the stairs and Gon and Kilo ran by him.
It's been 10 seconds.
It's 10
And
seconds.
they're making these movements and thoughts and everything in like milliseconds.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's what's happening.
It's been like 3 episodes, and it's only been 10 minutes or 10 seconds since they first came through the portal. Like, yeah, right. Mortal came through, made a smoke, a cocoon was made, like all that stuff happened in 10 seconds.
They took off one dragon.
Yep, they came in, punched and everything,
Yeah.
found him, let him say, hey, heal this person, take off on a dragon.
They killed Kamuji.
Yeah. Sir P2's in is gone again because she's healing right now, right?
Yeah.
They use both pronouns for her, for him, for P2.
Sir is the title, not gender.
I feel like we've heard it both ways though. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Do they say Sir P2 here?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's just Sir. That's just not necessarily mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore anyway.
Takes the same as I remember.
Yeah, maybe it originated that way more so. But
I feel like there was one other time that they did refer to P2 as a he. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I remember being like, I wonder what, but I don't know. But you're right. You can still be a sir. And
yeah. Who's Sir Hagia?
I was trying to remember.
Because that was a big deal, and they're like, is it Sir
It's
Hagia?
got to be someone that has died between the time when Cargo was on the team.
I assume so.
But, yeah, I'm trying to remember. I've heard the name. Is it the koala?
I don't think we ever got the koala's name, did we?
I think we did at some point.
It's not Leo.
Takes the same as I
I don't think it was the owl or the...
Leo is also known as Hagia.
That's it.
Oh, Leol is
That's
Sir
right.
Hagia. Do they know of Leol's death?
Well, they know that he's not here.
They might not refer to him as Hagia. Maybe?
Maybe because he said
Yeah.
that could be. I mean, like, if I saw you guys, like, oh, hey, I gotta go, Mr. Whiteley told me to do something. Okay, see ya, and then you guys like, Mr. Whiteley.
It would be like if someone came up and called Calvin Brennan.
So it is.
We'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we'd be like, that's funny.
You know? would be like that.
I gotta go help Richard.
Yeah, I think it's more along those lines.
Yeah.
I
was confused too by that. I heard the name.
Is it like a formal
But
or an
where
informal?
those who
Just-
share memory?
It might also be like a translation thing where maybe in Japanese he called him like Hagya instead of Hagya-san because that's like a formal thing.
No, I think it's just a matter of like, I feel like usually they've called him Leo.
Well,
So maybe like Sir Leo is what he would have called him maybe, but not Sir Hagya.
yeah, like Hagya was his name before the queen died, right? And then he became Leo after that? Is that how it worked?
I think so.
I wonder what Chitu's new power is.
Yeah.
And who he's going to use it on? Because he's heading towards the dragon, right?
He was wanting to see what the dragon stuff was all about.
Which, I don't think Chitu is going to do very much at that place. The king might kill him for interfering.
It depends on what his
The only thing-
ability is.
Yeah, the only thing
Don't
that we know he could do is just keep up.
Who else could he run into on the way? Like, who isn't occupied right now? Qualm, I guess, right?
Well, Palm should
That's where Cargo's going.
still be down underground.
We don't know where
Maybe Nose. He might run into
But
Nose.
where are those
Nose can take him on, right?
And Nose hiding his own dimension now, isn't he? Like, he would have to show up.
He might not be. He might be hiding on that, like,
The ridge.
On that plateau where they were overlooking the palace.
yeah, there's like a hill that he was at.
Could be.
I'm very curious what question Killua wanted to ask, but he was afraid of the answer because he would lose something close to
Which
his heart.
is it?
Which is it?
Yeah, that was the question.
And it feels to me like, are you doing this as the mission or for revenge? And if he gets the answer revenge, he close to his heart is maybe Gon's innocence.
Yeah.
But that's me just filling in a gap for answer from X. You know, it could be anything, but that's what I thought of at first because he did it when he saw Gon and how he was looking. You know.
Yeah.
Well, what did he say to him? Did he say that P2 is over there? He did, right?
Yeah. Okay. So P2's in there.
So it wasn't a thing of like, we need to go over there and Killua not knowing if that's Palm or if it's...
No, yeah, he said P2's in there, and he said let's go.
But he's afraid of the answer.
Killua thought of which is it, but didn't want to say the question.
He says if he, depending on the answer, he would lose something close to his heart. Right? Isn't that the word the line he said?
Something like that. And
Yeah.
also he said something about like, any experienced warrior would know the answer or something.
I mean, the narrator said it, Killua didn't say it.
Yeah. The narrator speaks for
every
everyone.
journey has final
He's the best.
Don't rush.
He's the best. I love too that, you know, we're wondering during the fight with UP, like, did you realize he hit someone? And they're like, nope.
Yeah. He didn't.
I thought the thing the narrator said was the experienced warrior would understand what it meant.
But where are those who share memory?
Any experienced warrior would know the next step.
Yeah.
Which I think was referring to the question being asked, maybe, or I'm not exactly sure, but
Because the narrator told us.
So, like, if it's revenge, then it should be, like, focused on Pito, rather than, like, trying to do any shenanigans with the human girl. But if it's just Blue Lobster.
Sir Hagya. At the time, Ikalgo didn't realize that the name he had spoken with such confidence had aroused Vulcan and Gloucester's suspicions.
why did they raise suspicion?
Because they know he's already dead.
Do they know it though?
I think so. I thought
Or two? Does he know what to eat it?
kind of like dragon blood.
He can use the power.
Ikalgo knew only through the data that was given to him. But early on in his mission, he made a resolution that he would not leave the palace without finding her. The elevator leading underground is equipped with a security camera, as well as a scale. After arriving underground and confirming it was empty, it would automatically go back up. To ascend from the basement, only one person at a time could use the elevator, and on top of that, A specific code had to be entered. If the user's weight deviated significantly from the data on record that was linked to the 8-digit code, an alarm would sound. The doors would lock, and the elevator would become prisons.
A big energy.
When a code was entered incorrectly, an alarm would sound, and the doors would lock. Entering the wrong code 3 times would lower security and release sleeping gas, but the violator would then be captured. In other words, an error meant death.
How can he push the buttons with the damn lobster claws?
He created how the killer lobster got inside his body already.
What is that smell?
Dead body.
Flutter. I smell living in a morgue. Oh, he doesn't strong sense where the lobster can't smell like it. Flutter underground. So when it flutters, there's no way. Monsters in on it too. That's the reason he went to a place in Genshin. Push me downstairs. Damn it! Did you think about this?
Yeah. Oh, I was like, fuck!
This is my chance. I can just take you up in the purple conference. I can prove to Visa how valuable I am.
So I appreciate how much he's overthinking.
Visa! Where is he? If he died in this attack, then all of my plans will have been for nothing. Forget Flutter. First, I need to find Visa. First, I need to kill away the dragon.
I thought so too.
Don't lie to me.
I thought it was so right.
He's just gonna get in Netter's way.
He's changed. If you'll both excuse me, my job here is I know nothing.
That's all I had to do.
Kilo, when you get inside, you make Gee, girl.
Zeno held back everything else he wanted to say and disappeared into the darkness.
You gotta lie.
Oh, laughter.
Time to transform into a dragon.
Aliens who could only hold their breath and brace for what would come.
He didn't hold a breath. I thought.
Yeah, but he's not touching it.
Bring it on! The game that you play with your sisters. What? I'm not touching it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Number went up.
No!
There's energy on it.
You have a crew interest. You gonna start attacking it?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Whoa! You gonna kill it?
Can you? Can you kill it? Here it comes.
Yeah, I think so. That's never happened.
That's it all. It's that damn thing. Run away. Answer me! What is that? You really think I killed you? You son of a bitch!
The monster? Like, was the finger, like...
It's like, oh no.
Now, this in itself is big. Yeah, but look at its finger what it do.
Maybe it did. My gosh. Nimbus.
He is. You stupid brain. No! Catch yourself! Oh.
Jeez.
We need nose!
Gotcha.
I can't say it! I can't tell Shoot to give his all because he already is! Right now, my job
開閂門啊！開門閂
Complete
門
the！ mission as fast as possible.
Where are you crawling to, man? Do the tears become visible when they leave the body?
They did with shoot.
Once they get out of the area.
You might just be crawling back to work.
Where are they? Where are Gordon and Killua? Where did they go? He's the biggest skeptic. Once he suspects you, he will trust you again till you're dead. Do I wait for it, please? What if I can't hold my breath that long?
Jesus!
Go back inside, you just came from there.
Damn it, I'm about to blow! I'm at my limit! I gotta exhale and inhale in one fast move! Guts accomplice, deactivate!
Smoke smell.
And now inhale! Activate!
You gotta run.
Did he see you?
An enemy? Welpen's ability reflected his guarded, disbelieving personality, channeling his suspicion into an incredibly effective weapon.
Whoa.
Missile Man!
Missile Man.
If anyone's hiding behind the building, surrender!
What's Missile Man do?
Take it, shoots
And
messages.
fire!
Get him out.
Are they like piranha missiles?
Nothing. Did I imagine it?
The only
To use Missile Man, Welfin chooses his target. The bullet is loaded with a question or an order. If the target lies or defies the order, the attack commences. By the time Welfin noticed a presence, Melioron was already long gone. Once activated, Missile Man will pursue its target until it hits its mark. No one can sustain the impact and survive.
Really?
However, Welfin understood that his ability wasn't invincible. He was even suspicious of his own ability. He only thought of Missile Man as a tool to give him leverage in negotiations.
I smell unscented deodorant. You can't fool my nose.
cover up the cigarette smoke.
Someone was here. I'm sure of it. They must be good, because I only felt it briefly. The fact that they're using that kind of deodorant proves that they know about my nose. That means there are traitors among us. There's no doubt about it. Who is it? Why don't they want to fight me? Because they can kill me whenever they want?
These guys are big questions.
I love his, like, just suspicion and disbelief on everything. Everything. Even his own power.
I know. There's Ally.
You ain't playing Among Us with this guy.
Even be on the Chimera Ant's side anymore?
He's down everything.
What should I be doing right now? Is searching for Bizeth really the right thing to do?
He's having an existential crisis.
He is. He's just spiraling more and more.
The decision is yours.
Make the call.
Not right now.
Damn, we still didn't get here.
Gon and Killua had finally found their target, a royal guard by the name of Neferpito, and continued their quest to avenge Kite.
What would their choice be?
Oh my gosh.
Intimidating.
He is a stone cold killer.
He is now. Remember me?
Bam! It's a berserk moment.
Here it is. This is not a well.
This is an oh no. It's back to you two.
Hey guys, we're on the way back. I'm Eric. What's that wolf's name?
Welford.
Welford. I don't know why I wanted to call him Wiley.
Coyote.
That's a coyote.
Wiley's problem is he doesn't question anything.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he has brand loyalty to Acme.
To what?
Acme. Dude, I love when Wiley Coyote would put up like a big fake tunnel so that the Roadrunner would hit it, and the Roadrunner runs through it.
Yeah.
Then he goes through it and he hits the wall. Then what happened?
Oh, that's good shit.
Innocence.
So Wiley Coyote is, what's his name? Rousseau, and the Roadrunner is Simone. Going down. Yeah. Like if I were in any other world, my tail would work. Because I'm in this one.
Yeah. All right.
Welford definitely has the question.
He has the question.
Like, he got everything from it.
It's like, wait,
Who's in the elevator?
what's that person doing? Looks like that person over there doing that. There's another person over here. Maybe I shouldn't be here. What the hell am I doing?
It makes you think, like, in Secret Hitler, it's like, oh, man, you know what? I can trust Rick. But maybe Rick did this. Maybe they had to trust him. So that I would trust him. And then he's going to betray me anyway.
Sure.
So I don't know if I can trust him. Like, no, Aaron, I told you. I did this. It's Eric. It's Eric this whole time. Just believe me. Like, I don't know.
It's funny because sometimes when you watch anime, like Death Note did this a lot, like, I feel like sometimes a very, very smart character will pull out, like they call it like an ass kill, like they pull out the exact right answer. Well, they had a million things it could be, but they figure out it's the exact one. So whenever he's here and he's like thinking, well, it could be this, and it's not really this. But then he started thinking, but it could be, maybe it's Lobster, whatever his name is. He could be, maybe he's in on it too, you know? And I was like, ooh, I like that they're actually having all these other possibilities too, but then it's essential to his character that he doubts everything. So I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Because you don't get me wrong, I like when, you have a smart character do that, but like sometimes for me, like the suspension of belief, it was like, man, how did they get the exact right answer and not, how they roll out the other 1,000 it could have been,
Well, I like the conversation that they had before they went in about, like, well, why did the infield go down?
Yeah.
Like, what possible reason could
Yeah.
there be? What would their motivation be? Why would the king do that? Like,
Yeah.
I love all of their reasoning because it all makes perfect sense in this very controlled,
It does.
like, experiment.
We have what you were talking about, Eric, in the show with, it was during the auction arc, I think, with the one girl from the band. She would just like say something, and like, yeah, why do you think that? Like, I don't know, I just feel it. Yeah, she was 100% right 100% of the time.
Yeah, it's kind of like Death Note. Death Note had the one thing that was different from the real world, whereas this, like, any power could change the variables and the possibilities of anything at any one time. So it actually is so hard to get what the hell's going on, and that's what's going on with the one guy. He's like, what the hell's this thing? He's trying to kill it, I couldn't kill it.
Like, Wolfman could be like, tell me your name.
Yeah.
And then get Missile Man ready. You gotta tell the name, Missile Man hits it, like...
It's pretty cool power. And I like how it's just so... it's so much him. It's such his personality.
Yeah. I like how the missiles went around and they're like, what? See anything? I didn't see anything. There's something over here. Like, they're just like sitting there like looking around. But it's not wire like, got the back.
Call us when you actually need us, dick.
So is nothing.
And I like the detail that he can just like be on the elevator, you can smell the dead body, But no one else seems to. I don't know. Can lobsters smell? I assume they can.
They're underwater.
Lobsters can smell.
Yeah, I mean, so are sharks, and they smell blood.
And they like use their... Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how they breathe underwater.
It's funny because when you look at me, you went, use there, and then your nostrils.
They haven't.
Your nostrils like I'm like.
I don't know.
I don't know. I assume lobsters. Mr. Krabs
breathe underwater.
Mr. Krabs has a smell. He has a smell.
He has a smell.
That's why they use, like, rotting chicken liver and stuff like that in bait traps and stuff. because it's a very pungent, strong smell. It attracts them from.
But is it? Do they actually use like noses to smell in a similar fashion, or is it more like a snake, like how a snake uses its tongue?
Can't believe, but I'm looking it up.
And stuff. You know?
I mean,
like, is their smelling different?
Like,
I just think about because like my smelling is I smell the air
you breathe in through
and I smell.
your
I
nose.
typed in canned lobsters and it's feel pain, live forever, breathe air, live in fresh water, swim. Can lobsters swim? Some sorts of
Like if you drop one in, it's right, like gets the
Well, yeah, if it's a tail, then it propels itself and stuff like this.
Thank you for coming.
We need to be like Pawn Stars. We need to have like,
experts.
yeah.
Let me call an expert.
Let me call my zoology guy.
I got a guy.
I got a guy that can tell
So
me.
lobsters smell their food by using the 4 small antennae on the front of their heads and tiny sensing hairs that cover their bodies. Their sense of smell is so fine, they can sniff out a single amino acid that tags their favorite food.
There we go.
But it's still called like smelling.
What about sharks? Because they have a nose, right?
Well, our sense of smell is through hairs and stuff.
Yeah.
And even in Finding Nemo, when the blood pops out, because they like smell the blood in the water. But
Sharks do, however, have an acute sense of smell and a sensory system much more so than humans. Sharks' nostrils are located on the underside of the snout, and unlike human nostrils, are used solely for smelling and not for breathing.
that's it. They just smell out of their
They
nose.
only smell, they don't breathe.
Well, they
Well,
use gills.
Well, that's why I was curious, because like for me, my smelling is through my nose, which I
Yeah.
breathe through. But they have gills. So I'm like, is their nose even really a nose, or is it just like a point for aerodynamics, and they don't do anything with it? Like I was just curious. I didn't watch Shark Week.
It would be hydrated.
And
I don't think Shark Week covers.
lobsters press
Elevator.
elevator
That's a good one.
buttons.
Can you get
That's the
a?
point.
And can they shoot machine guns?
They can get a helper dog. Which is blind. You get a helper
Google
dog.
has failed us, but I do have this picture of this person using different methods to not touch it, like their elbow or a
Is
fist.
one of them a lobster?
No.
And then the lobster.
You know, just push the lobster into the elevator button.
I would love it if somebody did that. That would be amazing.
As long as a plastic lobster.
I also want to cover.
80% of closed door buttons on elevators do nothing.
Yeah. They unwire those a lot.
Because of the people like the one girl who was like fucking, the fat guy close the button.
Starlets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hold the elevator. And she's like, oh no.
He wasn't heavily breathing.
He was. He was heavily breathing, rushing up the stairs.
He had to go find stairs.
But speaking of elevators, that might be the most secure elevator I've ever heard of.
It is. Whose code did Hikago use?
Well, I think he gets their memories.
So you use flutters?
Because he would have had to because
You also get the powers.
That's the first
Yeah,
thing he gets power, right? That's crazy.
Well,
That's awesome.
That's why I'm wondering, when he had the flea shooting thing, was that the power of a
I
person
think so.
in
I think so.
his?
Because he hasn't done it since then.
But he
Also,
also,
been a hunter that he was inhabiting the body of.
didn't he also like,
We assume that's that.
and he didn't shoot it out, and then
That's what we assume.
did he still have the gun when they left?
No.
Not the body?
No, we're just assuming those things.
You know what else you assumed? Is that Xeno turned into a damn dragon. That was wrong as hell.
Yeah, we just assumed those things, Aaron.
You're completely right. I wish, but I know the guy, well, yeah, he's still there, so he's gonna fuck some shit up. And he's like, alright, peace.
He missed the jump. He like just so high, but then like when he was falling, it was like.
Yeah, it's so funny.
So slow. It's like his hair was a
Because
parachute.
he jumped up, I'm like, man, where'd he go? He just fly away?
Yeah.
And then you seem like.
So I guess only his job was just getting him in there and getting the king out.
Getting the
Yeah,
king
I
and
guess.
Netero to a place to fight. So he summoned a dragon.
Can the dragons take him to that plateau?
Maybe. That'd be a good place to fight.
But like he went in to where the king was. So like he must have been prepared to fight if the king had just like sprung him.
Yeah. No, I thought so too, because he was also like, he said something like, I wasn't hired for this, but I guess it was that there was a innocent person in there, maybe. I don't
Could have
know.
been. It came out also.
I mean, he also fired all that shit everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a distraction, right?
I think he was hired to create a distraction to separate the royal guards from the king, and also to get the king far away from the palace so that there weren't any civilian casualties because there was a whole bunch of people lining up outside.
I totally would have been like, hey, extra $50, can you help me kill this guy?
I would like to think that Zeno would just be in the way.
Yeah. True, I get what you mean.
Unless he turned into a dragon.
But he immediately,
They can still attack.
immediately recognized that there's something different about Killua. It seems like he might have recognized that there's something different about Gon. Not that he's ever really cared about Gon or anything, but he gave Killua the choice.
Did he meet
Like,
Gon?
No, I don't know. I don't remember. But I just wonder if, like, he also sensed Gon's murderous intent or something, because he was like, hey, you make the decision. Not that guy. Look at his eyes. They've drawn his eyes differently.
He did say Killua, right?
Yeah, he said Killua.
Like, it wasn't just like, you make the call, like, it could just be like, you guys.
It's like, you recognize that there's something different. We know that something different is he seems to be more empathetic and caring.
Well, he doesn't have the needle in his head anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe it's,
And then he said, it should be your decision. So
maybe it was what he saw, like, oh, you're different. Yeah, Killua, you make the call. Like, sensing that he's not as murderous assassin. Or just being like, I don't care anymore, you make the call. I don't know who that guy is.
I had no responsibility.
You know? Yeah. Like, if I just saw you and some other guy on the streets like that, and there's something going on, I would be like, you. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, Eric, you decide what you're going to do over there. I'm leaving.
Well, like, for the purpose of the family.